One day, I'm gonna understand. One day, I'm gonna understand. One day, I'm gonna understand. Desire. Desire.
Tonight, let us make them remember. This is Zion, and we are not afraid. This is Zion. I was playing to.
Out of Zion, the salvation of Israel is in Zion. Zion. Zion.
The promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. Be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Matrix.
Tough time. It was Aaliyah dying and September 11th and then Gloria dying. I really didn't think I could take any more grief.
Wachowski brothers plan everything out in detail. Nothing's left to chance.
The Wachowski brothers.
Wachowski brothers plan everything out in detail. Nothing's left to chance.
Wachowski brothers. Joel Silver.
Nothing's left to chance.
I said, well, then I'm not going to do these films. And they were pissed and furious. And Larry Wachowski, he looked at me and he said, if you don't do these films, he looked at me and he said, if you don't do these films, they were pissed and furious. And Larry Wachowski, he looked at me and he said, if you don't do these sequels, we'll kill you.
One day.
I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them.
It is harder to find than you think.
Information is harder to find than you think. It's secret codes. Like even when Jay-Z gave a little bit of codes on 444, there's people I know that tweeted or were texting each other like, he's giving codes away.
While gematria is a Jewish form of numerology where each letter equates to a number, and words or phrases can be interpreted based on their numerical value. Is there an esoteric world of hidden power and knowledge encoded into the very fabric of music we listen to? This idea has Kanye West's signature all over it, and an interest in exploring themes of hidden truths and powers. With these hints,
And in gematria, the matrix equals 118. If you're new, this is the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. And this is how the real Cabal contrives news every single day. This is coding numbers into words. And this is how the real Cabal contrives news every single day. So matrix equals 118. If you're new here, this is the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. And this is how the real Cabal contrives news every single day. So you can see through this code.
As we explore the death of Oracle, and Gloria Foster's passing on August 29th, we explore her death on August 29th and her related complications with diabetes. We see that diabetes has a gematria of 29, and she was to be 65, according to the New York Times article, in 47 days. So we can see these numbers represented where it says candy and diabetes. We have 47 days. And in sugar, we see 33, which was the year she was really born. And then we see her name, Gloria Foster, Oracle. And you see the number 64. But look where else we see the number 64. Zion, which is what the Matrix is about, getting out of the Matrix and then going to Zion, which is 64. Israel, which is part of Zion, as we see in the Bible, Psalms 53:6, Zion, the salvation of Israel. So Zion in the Matrix is the salvation of the Matrix. And to add to the number 64, we also have the pattern that deals with diabetes. Your doctor checks your A1C on your blood results. And here we have in our blood results of A1C 64:28. Israel 64:28. Zion 64:28. And we see some 44s in there and many repeated numbers. But the Oracle, who died in the movie, virtually, died for Zion. And now we have real life sacrifices of lambs, goats, and people. For what? Zion.
Series The Atlanta Child Murders, which aired in 1985. Foster was born on November 15, 1933.
Gloria Foster passed on September 29, 2001. And we notice that the number 29 comes up a lot in the codes relating to her. And it doesn't exclude the fact that she was one of the stars of the miniseries on TV, the TV miniseries on Atlanta Child Murders, where she played the mother of Yusef Bell. And guess what? The Atlanta Child Murders is about the murder of 29 children.
And assign them to find the killer of our children. You want us to make a statement that there's a Jack the Ripper killing the poor black children of Atlanta? Well, I don't believe that. And I'm not going to make this city more hysterical than it is by making them think there's some monster out of a grade B movie killing all of them.
We were more together when we fought against police dogs and stood up against water hoses.
We got ourselves a black mayor. We got ourselves a black commissioner of public safety, black councilmen. We got everything black from top to bottom. We got everything but protection for our black children.
Woo! That gives me chills.
When was the last time you saw your son, Miss Bell?
2 weeks ago.
What were the circumstances?
He just went to do an errand and he disappeared. And somebody must know something. A young boy just doesn't drop off the face of the earth. If they're working as hard as they would if it were a white child from a middle-class background.
Extensive and exclusive reports of the Atlanta child murders, where 29 children and young adults were murdered in Atlanta between 1979 to 1981. Chilling recollection of a man who's...
I was very blessed to meet Lorenzo de Bonaventura at Warner Brothers and become a Warner's baby. I'm very thankful to him for giving me the chance to do what I did in Romeo, and to Joel Silver as well. They saw something in me and decided to go with me, and they've been supporting me ever since as well. They very thankful to him for giving me the chance to do what I did in Romeo, and to Joel Silver as well.
And an update on Joel Silver's suit by the family of Carmel Musgrove. And as we see, Joel Silver is not liable for the assistant's Bora Bora drowning in French Polynesia in 2015, where she was his assistant and was sent out to the Pacific. And they must have been there a long time, but it was for Jennifer Aniston's wedding. And it's a strange thing because I have a little bit more to share with you for that. Now, funny thing is, Jennifer Aniston, she has a couple of movies she's done with Adam Sandler, our guy who likes to tell us what's going on in his movies. And there's actually a movie they did together that sounds a lot like Carmel Musgrove's situation. And this movie, it's really, like, if it's really showing what happened to her, the movie is called Just Go With It. And it's about a weekend trip to Hawaii, which is not far from Bora Bora. A plastic surgeon who convinces his loyal assistant to pose as his soon-to-be divorced wife in order to cover up a careless lie.
You know what's so crazy is that I have never met anybody with the first name Devlin before. What else?
And here we have the assistant, who is played by Jennifer Aniston, and this girl, this lady, who's something's gonna happen to her. Watch this.
The first name Devlin before. What else? And here you are, and your name's Devlin, and.
Rugby now. She's trying to beat me, but she won't. No one can.
Let's remember, Carmel was found drowned in the ocean, and look what they're doing to this girl. This movie
that's it.
is.
You have nothing else to worry about. We have the flowers, the music, and the location.
This movie is all about lies. People just lying. And they say they had nothing to do with her drowning. And they did a toxicology report and found cocaine and drugs. And there's a lot to that story. We could talk a lot about it. But this movie also talks about drugs and drugging people. And so the girl in the movie is in love with this guy named Justin. And it just so happens that Jennifer Aniston's husband, who she married when they were out in Bora Bora, his name is Justin Theroux. So yeah, more to it.
Happened for me. Well, I'm finally wearing my wedding ring for real. And now when women ask me about it, I'm gonna tell them I'm married to a woman who doesn't beat me.
So again, so Jennifer Aniston, this movie has to do with a wedding, and her getting married to her Justin, which is what happened. And there's also a couple of movies that she did with Adam Sandler called Murder Mystery, which the second murder mystery movie has to do with her going to a wedding and them being a murder. And the wedding was out where? In the Pacific. Well, here we go, Murder Mystery 2. And then there's another movie about people going to a wedding out in the Pacific Ocean, on an island in the Pacific Ocean. And this is Jennifer Lopez. She was in a movie that had basically the same plot. So, heart goes out to Carmel Musgrove and her family and the sinister plots that these people do and use us as sacrifices. And just to end on another link in connection to Carmel Musgrove's mysterious murder, we also have another one. Irene Cara introducing Hot Caramel or Carmel. And again, Irene Cara, her passing was also a crazy mystery.
I'm not alone. Here's Irene Cara and Hot Caramel in their national television debut.
Now, baby, come on, claim the love you. You left nothing real. You survived, true that you can work it out alright. Did you know?
Time in Australia, Grammy winner Irene Cara with Hot Caramel. Celebrating the 30th anniversary of Flashdance What a Feeling. Irene Cara in concert. And
I remember this song. Oh my gosh, I used to love this song. And now I can see why she sang Why Me? Especially since they cheated her out of her money when she won Grammys and Oscars and wrote the songs. And then she had to sue them just to get $1 million. Here we go again for just getting $1 million. And here, the most recent update on her cause of death, which was so sad and mysterious. She died from arteriosclerotic and hypertensive heart disease at her home November 25th, 2022. So this is basically the 1-year anniversary of her passing. And what we want to show is that, sorry about that. So Irene Cara, Flashdance fame singer, cause of death revealed after unexpected passing. And it brings us to something familiar. Her cause of death due to hypertension, high cholesterol, arteriosclerotic hypertensive cardiovascular disease that has to do with diabetes, contributing factor in her death. So y'all, let's watch out for the sugar. Let's watch out for the stress. Watch out for anything that could pose a risk to our sweetness. For our caramel, our cookies, our oracles. More next time.